Seahawks, thanks so much for joining us for another Student Live. As always, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them right down below. And feel free to take a minute to go ahead and share this stream with somebody in your social network that you feel could benefit from today's segment. So I cannot believe it, but soon we'll be closing out another semester, and I know a lot of you are already planning on your next steps, whether that's taking a major if you haven't already, maybe looking for an internship or a practicum in your field or your industry, or maybe solidifying your transfer plans for when you actually graduate from Broward College. And I know a lot of you typically do like to stay local to complete your bachelor's degree, so you should know that BC has an awesome partnership with Florida International University to help set up those transfer plans way in advance. And here to share with us about the Connect4Success program are several of our closest friends from FIU.
Hello, everyone. I am Camille Perkins. I work at FIU in our Transfer and Transition Services office. I'm the Connect4Success manager. A large part of my role includes engagement, and I'm going to be sharing with you a little later exactly what that involves, but welcome, and I'll be looking forward to sharing more soon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Esther Archange, and I am one of the 2 FIU Bridge Advisors stationed at the Broward College campuses. Due to COVID, we are available via phone and virtually. Normally, my role consists of advising students on transitioning from Broward College to FIU, providing advisement on majors, applications, and trying to ease that transition to FIU.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tara Jean. I'm currently a senior at FIU. I am studying chemistry. So hopefully next spring, 2021, I'll have my bachelor's in chemistry.
Yay! All right. Well, thank you, the 3 of you, for joining us today. I so appreciate your time. It's been an interesting year. So before we even kick off for today's topic, just curious to know how the 3 of you are doing. How are you surviving?
Doing good. I'm very happy to be healthy. It's such a gorgeous day here in Miami. I'm always appreciative of that. So yeah, all good here on my end.
I can't complain. We're doing well, and I've picked up painting over the time. So it's given me some time to spend more time with family and get to the things that I like to do.
For me, I've mostly been doing schooling. I've been adjusting to, online courses. It's been difficult, but, with the help of, on the professors and others, it's getting better.
All right. Well, I'm so happy to hear that everyone's doing okay. Tara, I'm especially excited to talk to you later about your experience in the Connect4Success program. But in order to kick us off, Esther, can you share with us what is this program about?
Yes. So the Connect4Success program is a partnership that we have between BC and FIU. It's basically students who are interested in transferring from BC have the opportunity to join the program, and upon them completing their AA degree, you'll have a guaranteed seat to FIU, with the exception of limited access programs. Our limited access programs have different requirements that you still have to meet. So as long as you meet those requirements, you may be able to get a seat in those programs. It's also a way to have a seamless transition without a new application, because the Connect4Success application also doubles up as your FIU application. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. The Connect4Success application has a $30 application fee, but that is because that is also your FIU application. It also gives students access to many FIU benefits, one of which is the FIU One card. We'll have you as an affiliate status so that you can attend all of our athletic events, some of our concerts, our libraries. You can even get a discounted gym membership at our FIU campuses. So if you have a friend at FIU and you want to participate in any of these things, you can have access to that with that FIU One card. However, due to COVID-19 right now, a lot of those things are not available, but once everything goes back, you will have access to those things as well. You also get access to our FIU Bridge Advisors who are stationed at the Broward College campuses, And we put on a lot of different events. We give you advising. Our main goal is to make sure you are prepared and ready for that transition as much as possible when it's time for you to transfer over to FIU.
That's awesome. So it sounds like there's a lot of prep work happening, obviously, behind the scenes. I know, Camille, you're very intricately involved in some of those programs that Esther was just mentioning. So can you share a little bit about what that event piece, what the engagement piece looks like for our students in Connect4Success?
Oh, yes, definitely. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm very involved as far as the engagement piece. So from the very beginning that you get into the program, every step of the way, we are with you. So in addition to Esther, who as a bridge advisor, what you're going to have, for example, we have our kickoff event is our signature event. So when you just get started, you get access to, you get your one card, for example. You get to meet a lot of your other students who are in Connect4Success. You get to meet administrators. It's a wonderful event that we have. And in usual times, we even offer food. So then the next step after that is you have the meet and greet. So at this stage now, you're just getting onto campus. And so we have a special meet and greet for you where you get to meet again your peers who are now actually in your, like a cohort with you. We do icebreakers. You get to meet one of the BC advisors, academic advisors, as well as you'll see our FIU Bridge advisors. And then we also have our group advising. So depending on which majors you are, we also have specific group advising for your specific major. And two other events that we have that you wouldn't want to miss later as a Connect4Success student is our career readiness. So we would partner with Broward College's career office as well as FIU's careers office. And so we are going to work with you to create a resume, your cover letter, talk about internship opportunities, which you should be thinking about very early on. And then as Esther mentioned, as far as transitioning, we have a special workshop for you, which is our transition workshop. And at this time, you will update your application and you'll get special information about admissions, scholarships. You'll hear from other Connect4Success students. And that is something we actually do as well in our meet and greet. But at this point, you're going to hear all the tips and tricks you need to be successful at FIU. And so it's a great program. And even at this stage that you're in, as long as you have at least 2 more semesters left at Broward College, you can actually apply directly. And later we're going to give you our bridge advisors information so that if you want to join our program, you'll know how to do that.
So what I love about this is obviously the program is called Connect4Success. And in student life at Broward College, Connect is actually one of our pillars. It's one of the things that we harp on for our students is building those relationships very early on, the people who are going to be your network of success. And so it sounds like you all are doing such a great job already, like introducing students to the staff and faculty they'll be working with, introducing them to peers who they'll want to connect with as well. It's such a huge part, like I said, of a student's journey is the relationship building element. But I know that the transition to transfer sometimes can be super complicated for our students, but I know that the whole purpose of this program is to make it seamless. Esther, can you share a little bit about what that transition looks like, what a student can do to better prepare for their transition to FIU?
Absolutely. We'll start with trying to figure out which application to do. If you are between about 0 to 45 credits, that makes you a great candidate to apply for the Connect4Success program. If you are beyond the 45 credit mark or have completed the AA degree already, you'd want to apply as a regular transfer student. Once you've decided that, even throughout your time at BC, we want you to think about what your major is going to be. Because when you do transfer, you will need to declare a major. Have you decided on an appropriate major? Have you completed your requirements? Do you meet the requirements of that major? You can do the research for that information on the transfer.fiu.edu website. Towards the end, we'll show you how to use that. But the transfer guides is very essential to keeping you up to date on what your requirements are, that you should have at least a majority, if not all of them, before transferring. And you can also present this information from the transfer guides in your BC advisor meetings so that you can also create an educational plan with your BC advisors. Once you create your educational plan with your BC advisors, that tells you what classes you should be taking every semester, and also when you should be graduating. That's also going to be key because we have, our deadlines are normally a little bit earlier than when you normally graduate. So if you wait till you graduate to apply to FIU, odds are you may be missing the deadlines, and we don't want that. Actually, at FIU, we allow you to apply a little bit earlier so that you don't miss any deadlines, as well as you have access to applying to a lot of our best scholarships. So applying early does not hurt you at FIU. And we also want you to be aware of your requirements, especially if you are a STEM major. We want you to avoid a thing called excess credit surcharge at FIU. That's another reason we want you to be prepared. If you want to learn more about excess credit surcharge, I would highly recommend you make an appointment with one of the FIU Bridge Advisors so we can break that down to show you what that looks like.
All right, awesome. So it sounds like a lot of, like I said, like the kinks or the nuances of transferring have kind of been seamlessly worked out for students who, like you said, the early bird catches the worm, right? So those people who plan in advance. I know, Tara, you are one of those students. You plan in advance, you participated in this program. Can you share with us a little bit about what your experience was like, even from the point of view of applying?
Sure. I was a Dune Road student first, and then once I graduated from high school, I went to BC. And then after a year or so, I did apply for the Connect4Success program. And from there, I was able to connect with Esther, who was my brace advisor. And from there, we talked about our application, things to my requirements, because I am a STEM major. And I was able to learn more about the program, get in touch with other students. And like Camille said, the kickoffs, the events that were happening, I went to those, and from those, I was able to interact with other students who were my major, who weren't my major, but who were just transferring with me. And when I did transfer, I met them over there. So I had a connection already. So with that, it did help me, not be like a lost sheep in like a very new place. So I was able to connect with other people and, engage with them.
That's awesome. Were any of the students that you met in your cohort, did you end up taking classes with them while you were still at BC as well?
No, because I was kind of more advanced because I did do enrollment. So I was just a little bit advanced. So I wasn't able to have classes with them, but like I was like the class ahead. So if they needed my help, I'd be like, yeah, I took this course. You could take it with this professor, but I did see them and we were able to graduate together.
Awesome. Well, it's nice that you made those, like I said, those connections early on, the relationship piece of getting involved in college at any level, even especially for your transfer plans, it is critical. One of the things that I think that we see most often, and I don't know whether or not you experience this, but students I know, there's almost like a pressure and anxiety sometimes in choosing a transfer institution. And so students do sometimes, to Esther's point, kind of wait very long to identify like even the application process for other schools or whether or not like to commit to a certain school. So is there any advice from your particular experience in terms of making that final decision and saying, this is the school that I want to go to and pursuing it?
Yeah, I definitely felt that pressure a little bit, but because Connect4Success, I just had to update my application. Like that was like a stress relief because it was my senior year. I was about to graduate, and like those courses were pretty super heavy because STEM major. Yeah. So I was trying to study, trying to figure out which college I want to go to, but then I remembered like I just had to update my application, and then I was ready. I was set, and so I think it would be best for you to just really see what's best in that time. For me, in the time was reduce the stress and find ways to just have a clearer mind so I can just graduate and do better, but also in the long run, because FIU, I want to be a doctor. So FIU does have a medical school. So I was looking at their schools and how I was able to seamlessly transfer from BC to FIU and then hopefully to FIU's medical school. So looking at things like that, but I would just say just do it because it is a stress relief. It helps you out so much. So just go, just I really do like Connect4Success and this transferring. It does help ease so much stress.
I love it. One less thing to worry about, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So thank you so much to the three of you. I really appreciate your time. It's, talking with us today, sharing with students, Tara, specifically you sharing about your own personal experience going through the program. I'm hoping, like I said, this will probably generate, Seahawks transitioning to becoming Panthers, right? That's what we want. So hopefully, like I said, they'll have some major takeaways and they won't shy away from that application process and making that commitment. So thank you all so much for joining us today.
And thank you, Stephanie, for having us. We really appreciate, being here and being able to share all the great benefits of Connect4Success. The one thing that I would say before we leave is to definitely follow us on Instagram. We are very active there. And our handle is FIUC4S. And you get to learn the different events that we have. We share different student stories, a lot of cool things. So definitely follow us again. That's FIUC4S.
Thank you, Stephanie. It was a pleasure. The way to reach myself and my coworker, Darlene Choi-Yin, is via our appointment link. You can just go straight to our link and you can go right in, see what times matches yours and make an appointment. You can always email us. Once you email us, you'll get an email that details how to make an appointment with us as well. And you can make phone appointments, virtual appointments. And we are here to genuinely help you as much as possible. We want you to save money, we want you to save time, we want you to save energy. So we can have you at FIU. So good luck, and we hope to see you at FIU. Pause up.
Pause up. All right, Seahawks, you heard it here first. So make sure to get those applications in, follow them on Instagram, reach out to those bridge advisors. Thank you all so much, as usual, for tuning in. And we hope to see you all for next week's session as we honor and celebrate our student veterans at Broward College. Thanks again for joining us. Hope to see you soon.